Hey, you found me. And guess what? We are starting on right in October, and it's completely insane how this year flew by. I guess because COVID took center stage, and then everything was so fixated on COVID and how things were going on globally that I think even before we realized how fast the months were going by, we are already towards the end of the year, the last quarter, and I can't believe fall is already here. So, I don't know where you're watching from, but for me, right here in India, this is the season of festivals, and this is where everything begins. Sort of enjoying life, being grateful for life, and wrapping up the year. So, are you a big planner? Do you plan a lot? Like your objectives, your goals, what you like to do? If you're like me, I try different things from time to time, but usually there are a couple of things I will mostly do and always do. So, guess what? Like every day else, get yourself a cup of tea or coffee and something to nibble on, and we will get started right away. All right, then, planning for me is taking things a little bit more seriously because then it's not just, big ideas, building castles in the air. It is all about breaking down those ideas and dreams into smaller bits of tasks which now seem very real because they seem something you have to do because you have probably attached a timeline to it. Probably you're looking at it more from the practical perspective, and you're just raring to go. So I think that's a big difference for me. I can think of a lot of things, but planning basically makes me think that this is real and this is the time I have to start working on it. First thing for me is to get in the right mindset. I know you'll probably think, I mean, what is she talking about? You're ready to plan something and you're talking about mindset. For me, it is so important because I think if I start with the right mindset of being very open, of trying out things, and basically just, training myself, ensure that I am ready to get this done because it's just not a floating idea anymore. And usually my days start with a glass of, water, sometimes warm, sometimes cold, sometimes just regular temp water, and all I'm looking for is to get a real clarity, get some freshness, and basically just open up to try out my plan, but also at the same time take a little bit of risk and try out a bit of experimentation, see what works for me, and maybe 1% way to just improve on what I've been doing last month. All right. So right after mindset, I will do is clean up the environment. Now everybody knows, and I think everybody talks about the fact that it's so vital that when you get up, just make your own bed. And what it does for you is that sense of achievement or accomplishment, something as small as making your own bed, will actually trigger that positive mindset in you. Because once you have achieved something, even if it's like a teeny tiny bit of work, it will make you feel that you can accomplish more. So it's more like a snowballing effect of something positive. I like to, change the sheets, freshen things up, and just make sure I feel great about myself. Because remember, I already am trying to be in the right mindset. Now, when I clean up the environment, it's way more easier for me to, start the snowballing effect as well for me. So, the third one is get creative. I mean, who doesn't like to be creative, right? For me, it's like doing, simple things that bring joy to me. Maybe, it's a joke for somebody else. For example, sometimes I like bullet journaling, which basically means I'll scribble something, I'll draw something. I mean, I'm the last person who can really sketch or draw. I can't even draw a line straight. All my life, for all my school projects and homeworks, my mom and my sister are like big sketchers and they're really creative, and they are the people who have helped me. I am not good with drawing at all. But this October, now I just felt like I should try it out. The idea is not to be perfect because really you don't need to post it anywhere, or you don't need to be showing off it to your friends. It's just for you, because when you start with that positive vibe and you just feel great, like maybe you just tried something that you always wanted to try, and really does not matter. I mean, who's looking at your bullet journal other than you? So yeah, like, get sketching, get something done. And then finally, after everything is said, the stage is set, so we are ready to go ahead and plan. All right. So for planning, everybody does it differently. And I'm a big proponent of telling that do what works for you. If there is something that has been working for you, I mean, I have friends who have a whole wall of like a whiteboard, and they're just so happy they plan everything there. I have friends who don't plan at all. I mean, I myself sometimes plan, sometimes I don't like to plan. I just like to wing it. And I think, like, if I wing it, I mean, I'm just, using a lot of strategy, really, basically just seeing what is coming to me, prioritizing it right then and there, and just getting it done. But I feel the difference is when you're really planning, that you know when you have to get done what. Especially during the days when time management is so crucial, because we're all trying to work at home and then trying to, run the home and do multiple things at the same time. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming or confusing because you're not sure. I have a bit of time right now. What exactly am I supposed to do? Should I just switch on TV and watch YouTube? So it could be multiple things, but having that plan can always allow you that alternative or that option to go back and then check if this is something that you want to do. So I use a couple of methods. My first one is an Excel file. The reason I do it in an Excel is because I sort of see like an overview or a layout. Now that helps me to see what needs to go where, or the multiple things that I'm tracking. It is very helpful if you're the kind of person who works in multiple things or multiple domains. It could be as simple as, you are running your own business from home, and you're also a working mom, or you're trying to plan out your meals. It could be multiple things. So how can I say, how you stage your Excel file, or how you strategize with your Excel file, is completely on your own. So I just thought I'll show you a little bit of here and there. Now, this is a common knowledge that, it changes all the time. You add more things, you take out more things, sometimes just to make things much more manageable. So take out an Excel file and just, figure out how you want to do an overlay of the couple of days that are coming in October. And then what you can do, the reason I prefer Excel is that you can take another tab, open up another tab, and you can write down the details and you can link them all. So just because you're seeing the Excel file as an overlay does not mean you can't see the details. You can plan the way you want to plan, and as much in details as you want to plan as well. So that is the greatest thing about Excel. If you're not the kind of person who's comfortable in Excel, maybe just use anything that works, really, pen and paper, sticky notes, like just scribble something anywhere. All you need is a little bit of structure. So once you have, well, I probably should also mention that when you're trying to plan, I think the clarity that you get in trying to structure and arrange things is much more beneficial than the planning itself, because then you know where you have those chunks of time, or where you want to spend more time. You are doing multiple things at the same time. It's just basically planning your life and ensuring you can get those things done, right? Let me know in the comment section below if you think this is what you try to do, or you have a different strategy, or what do you think, or what do you feel when you are trying to plan. All right. So once your Excel is done, you can use any other software, app, pen and paper, or not use anything at all. For me, I like to use Notion, and the only reason being is I have a lot of checklists and sort of categories where I take notes in Notion. So, for example, it could be the YouTube ideas that I have, and it's just not something concrete. It's something like I think of, and I'll write down all of it. And sometimes they turn into a video, sometimes they don't. But what I do is, if I go back to Notion, it gives me that window of opportunity to also go and look through my list, right? That is what I want. So I try to sometimes replicate the plan in the Notion, sort of categories where I take notes in Notion. So, for example, it could be the YouTube ideas that I have, and it's just not something concrete. It's something like I think of, and I'll write down all of it. And sometimes they turn into a video, sometimes they don't. But also at the same time, I can just open up the app in my phone anytime when I'm on the move. Not that I'm going anywhere, we are all at home. But just like when you are just goofing around in the kitchen cooking, or you're watching TV, you can just take your phone and look at your plans, and you can think, all right, like 15 minutes more of TV, and then I'm right back at my plan, right? So once you're done with both of these, the other option, or the only option you can also choose, it's very, very simple, is Google Calendar. I use it a lot for notifications. Now, it also works great for me because the Indian holidays and things like that are automatically populated. So, while you can plan things, the way you're planning, sometimes putting it in Google Calendar does two things for me. One is the notification that I get. I can open it whenever I want, like probably Notion. But also at the same time, I get to know when there are holidays. So I could be thinking, oh, I'm going to get tons of things done. But I know, let's say Durga Puja is coming, or Dasera is coming, or Diwali is coming. All those things I probably haven't looked up at the date meticulously when I plan. So having that in my Google Calendar definitely gives me that idea that while I have these things planned during those days, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be working at them. So then you reschedule or reprioritize them. Now, if you're the kind of person who is all for simplicity and you just want to have one place to look at or just one thing to do at, and you like getting notifications, then probably Google Calendar is the only thing that you need. You just plan out everything there, you get reminders, notifications on time, and then that's about it. It's very easy to use, friendly interface. Everybody probably has used it at some point of time, and there's practically no learning curve, so you learn it very, very fast. If you're the kind of person who's juggling multiple roles, like I mentioned before, and you're trying to do different things, then you can definitely look at other options. You can look at what is in the plans, because if you're just looking at the calendar, you might not get an entire idea of what is coming up for you, or what you're thinking, or the strategy for, let's say, your business or your blog, or anything else that you're running at the same time. So yeah, I think this is an incredible tool. I mean, these tools independently all do well, but when you try to mix and match and find your own customized color or anything that you like to call, I think it definitely gives you a little bit extra nudge or push that we all need, especially when we are all work from home and we have a little bit of fatigue happening at the same time, because it's been more than 6 months now, right? I mean, I know for me it has been more than 6 months, and um, I don't see when it's going to stop. I mean, I think none of us realized how long this is going to go. But now that we are here, I think we have to make the most of it. And instead of looking at the, grim side of things, that Diwali is coming and this Diwali isn't going to be the same like the rest of the Diwalis, probably. True, but you have time on hand. You can still plan. You can still celebrate things in a smaller way, in your own way. I think it's a wonderful way, like you're planning, to make it your own, bring it back to yourself, and see what has been working for you. So, if you're the kind of person who plans a lot, whether it's bullet journaling or Excel file or any other apps that you use, um, don't forget to let me know. I would love to learn how you're managing your time, or how do you like to plan. All right, then, I think this is it for today. And I have mostly completed my planning today. I think I started thinking a bit about it from the end of September, beginning of October, but I think I'm mostly done, and I'm excited what October is going to bring. And I hope it's a wonderful week for you too. And thank you very much for stopping by today. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you very, very much as always. It helps me a lot if you can like the video, if you're okay with it, of course. In that case, it really allows me, or helps the algos in YouTube, and it can reach out to more people. So thank you once again, and I'll put all the links for the blog and Insta and other relevant links for Notion and everything that I've mentioned here, basically, in the description box below. Thank you very much. Have a good week. Bye bye.